what happened in the meeting, it just randomly came up. Skip somehow leans back in his chair and he said, I've had more sex than everybody in this room. And we're looking at him like,
what is up, world? Welcome back, Charge the Game podcast. I'll be your host, Chuck, and Marcellus Wiley has reunited with longtime friend Jason Whitlock, and he is here to talk about Skip Bayless's behavior in the Fox scandal situation. Make sure you guys get in here, subscribe to the YouTube channel, thumbs up, like the video. Let's go.
That actually happened in that date, and you guys precede me at Fox. I wasn't there till 2018. You guys were there before, so some of these things were eye-opening, but a lot of the things I saw were like, whoa. And that made me say, I gotta take this one with more than just a grain of salt. Because if she's dropping these situations, these circumstances, and I know that to be real, how much of this is real? Is it all or most of it? But I know that some of it for sure is.
And what he's getting at is the fact that this lady was so easily able to articulate the time frames, the date of everything aligning. It's just kind of hard to choose which direction to go, right? Because it's all alleged. Could Skip Bayless, Joy Taylor, anybody else in this be capable of it? 100%, man, 100%. But the fact that a guy like Marcellus Wiley and Jason Whitlock worked there and they know all of the backgrounds on these people, they just can't come out and flat out be like, yeah, it's all true. You know why? Because then they'll be in a lawsuit. So they had to play it smart. And Marcellus Wiley, who was very, very wrongfully done, man, I mean, this is just his moment.
My read on Skip Bayless working there for 4 or 5 years was that he's somewhere on the spectrum in terms of he's not a normal person, and I don't mean that but he's somewhere on the spectrum. He's an
Bayless is just a hard guy to read. That's all it is. I mean, you can read that he's bitter, stuck in his ways, but a guy that just does not care he don't care about people. That's why this is even more conflicting and confusing, because Skip Bayless is like literally does not like to follow anybody back on any social platform, yet he still has a following, and he lives, breathes the same routine, and he lives for sports. It's crazy.
In real time, I'm watching him interact with Nusheen and others, and I'm not thinking it's some kind of sexual thing. I think it's like Skip don't like to really mess with other on-air talent, so he's befriended some hair and makeup person, and that's who he does his talking to, other than Whit Album. And he talked to Whit Album constantly. But it was another executive there that, anyway.
Yeah.
And so I didn't read anything sexual into Skip Bayless and Nusheen.
what happened in the meeting, it just randomly came up. Skip somehow leans back in his chair and he said, I've had more sex than everybody in this room. And we're looking at him like, first of all, what kind of thing is that to say? You know, like I said, we're not in junior high. Secondly, apropos of nothing we were talking about.
Now, this does muddy the waters for Skip Bayless, because Skip Bayless said he was dropping the pipe off back in the day. Apparently, he's had more sex than anybody in the world. So I tend to think like this: if you are this type of party animal or sex demon, those things aren't easily swept under the rug. And this is why Jason Whitlock's saying that there could be a lot of truth in what Nusheen is saying about Skip Bayless because of this video.
That puts Skip in a different light.
Man, you know, like when you said he's on the spectrum, I know exactly what you're saying. Because Skip is obsessive compulsive. Like his mannerisms, his regimen, he will do the exact same thing every day. And you're like, yo, you're never going to change it up? And he's never going to change it up, right? He's going to take that walk to that little desk. He's going to write down all those notes. He's going to have his meetings the same way, etc. Like his regimen of working out, everything, right? So I get what you're saying in that respect. And that can make somebody who gets competitive about anything become obsessed with it.
And I can see the truth in that too, man. You saw how Skip Bayless was with Shannon Sharp. I mean, this guy would be seething. Y'all remember the clips? It's my turn. It's my turn. Like, Skip Bayless is a true competitor, man. He literally hates to lose. So maybe he was just saying that to be competitive. I don't know. It's definitely a red flag to me, in my opinion. But you also have to look at the character of Skip Bayless, and that's what Marcellus Wiley is alluding to.
I think the 2 + 2 is somewhere between 3 and 5 in this one, because I never looked at Skip as someone who was up there trying to mac on everybody in the building. I never saw him have those type of relationships, etc. So like you, whenever I saw Skip with any person, I was like, probably he's trying to help them out. Like he's trying to either give them another rung on the ladder to climb up, because I'm Skip Bayless, I run this joint. Or, hey, you know, it's good to know other people, but I'm not trying to get in with you. We know that crowd. We know the crowd that was trying to holler and go hard in the paint. And I never thought of Skip in that way. So the $1.5 million still lands with me. Like, at most, it was said in jest. Because if it was said for real, and Nusheen is really like, yo, this is something that $1.5 million, we don't have a lawsuit. Like $1.5 million. If Skip Bayless is starting the conversation off with $1.5 million, you can get somewhere with that. And we don't have to play. So I think it was said if it was said with a smirk and a smile.
And that's kind of where I'm conflicted, guys. Like, in closing, I have to say that Skip Bayless, bro, 1.5 million. I don't know, man. Like, this is a guy who is stubborn to the T. I don't even think he's probably gave his wife anywhere near that type of money. But like I said, it's all alleged. We don't really know. But because Skip Bayless is so competitive, and he thought that Shannon Sharpe was having affairs with this lady as well, maybe he was saying tongue in cheek to up the price. Like, hey, because Marcellus Wiley said something very key here. He said that we wouldn't have this lawsuit if Skip Bayless was serious, which I believe. I really do think that if this guy was like, I'll give you 1.5 million. Here's the check. I mean, I don't know. Some people, I've turned down serious money. Maybe she is that type of person as well. Like, I don't know, man. Like, we won't know the truth until this thing is settled. What do you guys think about Marcellus Wiley's take on Skip Bayless, on this being a 50-50 chance of being actually true or not true? Drop those comments in the comment section, guys. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Yeah.